So today we're going to go ahead and talk about how to get an email response back from like pretty much anybody. Now you might be trying to cold email somebody, or let's say you're trying to get a job or whatever, right? The goal is to get a email response back from somebody. Now how do you do that? So here's the thing, okay? So whenever you're writing that email, you have to think about who is going to be receiving that email. Is that person busy? Okay. Do they get a lot of email? What kind of person they are. Okay, so you have to know these three things. Okay, so most of the time these people are quite busy, so you have to write, number one is you have to write very short emails. So let's say you're trying to write a cold email to sell something. Okay, so the first email, okay, so let me put it this way. So let's say you're trying to woo a girl, right? Whenever you send out that first message, you're not going to say, will you marry me? So just like that, your first email should not contain anything that's going to say, hey, you want to go ahead and buy something from me? No, okay? Don't talk about any commitments, don't talk about any products or anything like that. The idea is to have them at least respond back to you. That's it. That's the only goal that you have, okay? The first email that you send out to, let's say, to get a job, okay? Even that, okay? The idea is to see if they will respond back to you. If they will respond back to you, then you can go ahead and, ask them that question. Then you can go ahead and get them on that call or meeting, whatever you're trying to do. But, like I said, the first email's goal is never ever to sell. Okay, now if they are a warm customer, hot customers, yes, but normally we're talking about like cold customers, or we're talking about cold recipient. You're trying to email somebody, let's say you're trying to get a job, let's say you're trying to email your professor and ask him or her something. Okay, so first email, I would go ahead and ask something that's going to get them to at least respond back in a positive note. Let's say, for example, let's say you're trying to get a job, let's say at Tesla, okay? You're trying to email Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk is a very busy guy, obviously. Now, most of the time, he's not going to respond back to your email, but I'm going to show you how. So, number one is the subject line. So, think of it like this, okay? You're on YouTube, and then why do you watch a certain video, okay? You watch certain video because you like the thumbnail, you like the title, okay? That's the same thing, that's the same concept with emails, the subject line. So subject line has to be something clickbaity, okay? So it sounds bad, but it's not really. So for example, okay, let's say you're trying to send out a resume. So what you could have as your subject line is, I have not, I don't, my bragging list. That could be your subject line. Now, it's is it your resume. It is your bragging rights, your bragging list, right? But a lot of people, they might put their last name, blah blah blah, right? So what you might want to do, let's say you're sending out that resume to your potential employer, is a quotation mark, right? My bragging list. You're gonna put an emoji. That's it. That's a really good way by bragging. What does this guy talk? Let's go and click on it. Now, if you send the same email with, like, let's say, Satish Gear resume, I get those all the time. Elon Musk gets those all the time, so he's not gonna go ahead and open it. Now, if you put my bragging list and then dash and then Tesla, or like whatever, SpaceX, whatever the company is, and an emoji. Now, that's gonna get his attention. Now, that's the attention part. Now, once you have their attention, you want to go ahead and have them at least respond back to you. Now, so how do you do that? So the email, okay, the email part, okay, the biggest mistake people make when writing a cold email, or that introductory email, or email that we're trying to get a response back, is they write their life story on that email. Okay, don't do that. The email should be a short, okay? That's how it literally should be, okay? It should be a short, okay? So first of all, you're gonna say howdy, name, right? Hey, I work with XYZZZ. I have done this. Hey, when is a good time to talk? Hey, could you go ahead and tell me who should I contact for this, right? So you're trying to get a response back. You're not trying to ask them to marry. You're not asking for commitments at this time. Let's say you're sending out a cold email to get a customer for, let's say, marketing or things like that, right? Again, the subject line, okay? more than likely people get emails every single day left and right, but your email has to be something unique, at least the subject line. Now the actual the actual email is, hey, this is Satish, and I saw your ad, something specific about that person. So I saw your ad on Facebook, and I don't think it's working that well. Can you tell me, like, did you create this ad or did you hire an agency? Now, so at this point, you have not told them that you sell something. Okay, at this point, you have not told them that you have a product to sell them. All you have done is ask them a question: did they build the ad or did they hire an agency? Now, that's a question. That's a loaded question. Okay, the idea is to send that first email with that loaded question and get a response back. Now, once you have that response back, then you can say, hey, cool, amazing, I would love to go ahead and show you how you can make this ad better. Do you have time for on Sunday at 6 p.m.? Or send your your calendar link. You could do those things. So that's how it should be. So like I said, the biggest mistake people make when sending out that first email is they're hoping to get a sale. Sometimes, yes. Okay, have I done it? Yes, I've done it many, many times. I've sent out long, cold email, and then it's like they sell. It does work. Okay, but you have to have some sort of authority. For example, me, I've been around the internet for like almost 12 years, and people know me. So whenever they get an email from me, they might Google me or things like that, and hey, legit guy, he's offering something amazing, buy. Now, that was not always the case. Okay, the case was, usually initially, right, whenever I sent out cold email, people didn't respond back, so I had to go ahead and write my email in a way so that people actually took their time to get back to me. So whenever you're writing that next email, think about, what can I ask this person that's going to get them to respond back? That's the only question that should be on your mind. Okay, don't worry about selling anything, don't worry about asking for something. Go ahead and ask them a question that they're going to go and respond back. Does that make sense? So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating this video. I know the sound was iffy here. That's fine. Somebody's like getting their roof rebuilt. I think that's what, but I think it's good. Okay. So go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed this, and if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe right now, because I like to create videos like this: sales, marketing, making money, and help you become better at life, business, sales. Okay. So I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.